Hey there, Globetrotters and armchair travelers. Welcome to InformedTouristA.I. Ready to dive deep into this video? Today, we're tackling a topic that's a little, shall we say, spicy. We're diving headfirst into the murky waters of global perceptions to figure out why some countries seem to attract more than their fair share of, let's call it, constructive criticism. Now, before you grab your pitchforks and fire up the comment section, know this. We're not here to point fingers or perpetuate stereotypes. We're all about understanding the complexities of the world, and that includes the messy, often contradictory ways we view each other. Stay until the end to discover a shocking secret that will give you a whole new perspective on the subject of this video. Please subscribe to InformedTouristA.I now. On with the video. Alright friends, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say the elephant on the world map. It's no secret that some countries just can't seem to catch a break in the court of public opinion. Mention them in a conversation, and you're bound to get a raised eyebrow, a knowing smirk, or maybe even a full-blown rant about that one time someone got overcharged for a taxi. But why? Why do certain nations inspire such passionate, and let's be honest, often negative reactions? Is it their politics, their history, their uncanny ability to always beat my favorite team in the World Cup? I'm looking at you, insert country here. Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to embark on a whirlwind tour of global perceptions, and trust me, it's going to be a wild ride. We'll be separating fact from fiction, unpacking historical baggage, and maybe, just maybe, learning a thing or two about ourselves along the way. Remember folks, understanding why a country has a certain reputation is not the same as condoning negative behavior or perpetuating harmful stereotypes. It's about fostering empathy, challenging our own biases, and recognizing that the world is a whole lot more nuanced than a 140-character tweet might suggest. So grab your metaphorical passports, adjust your mental seatbelts, and get ready to explore the fascinating, frustrating, and often hilarious world of why some countries just can't seem to win over the hearts and minds of, well, everyone else. Okay, history buffs, this one's for you. We're diving deep into the past to understand how it shapes our present and future. You know how sometimes you walk into a room and you can just feel the tension, like the air is thick with unspoken words and unresolved issues? It's like something went down there, but no one wants to talk about it? That uneasy silence speaks volumes. Yeah, that's kind of how it is with some countries and their global image. The past lingers, casting long shadows over the present. Centuries of conflict, colonization, or just plain old bad blood can leave a mark, and it's not always pretty. These historical events are like scars that never fully heal. Think about it. Wars, invasions, empires rising and falling, treaties signed and broken. All of these historical events leave behind a legacy, a complex web of relationships and perceptions. And that legacy often shapes how a country is perceived on the world stage. It's a mix of pride, resentment, and everything in between. It's like that awkward family reunion where everyone's trying to pretend that Great Aunt Mildred's disastrous fruitcake incident never happened. The tension is palpable, even if no one mentions it. But here's the thing. Just like you can't understand a family's dynamics without knowing their history, you can't fully grasp a country's global reputation without understanding its past. The stories, the triumphs, the tragedies, they all matter. You can't fully grasp a country's global reputation without understanding its past. Those historical grievances, those old wounds, they inform everything from foreign policy to cultural exchange to, yes, even tourism. Those historical grievances, those old wounds, they inform everything from foreign policy to cultural exchange to, yes, even tourism. The echoes of the past are everywhere. Now, I'm not saying we should condone past misdeeds or let history off the hook. Acknowledging the past is crucial for healing and progress, but I am saying that understanding the historical context is crucial if we want to move beyond simplistic judgments and engage in more meaningful conversations about the present. It's about seeing the bigger picture. So the next time you hear someone bad-mouthing a particular country, take a moment to consider the historical baggage they might be carrying. The weight of history is heavy and often misunderstood. It might not excuse their behavior, but it just might help you understand it a little better. And in understanding, we find the seeds of empathy and the possibility of a more nuanced perspective. Alright, let's talk about the media, shall we? It's a fascinating world full of stories that shape our understanding of the world around us. That wonderful, wacky world of news cycles, clickbait headlines, and the never-ending quest for the next viral sensation. It's a place where information is power, and the race to be first often trumps the need to be accurate. Now, I love a good news story as much as the next person, but let's be real. The media doesn't always do us any favors when it comes to presenting a balanced and nuanced view of the world. Often, the stories that get the most attention are the ones that provoke the strongest reactions. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a headline that read, "Country X enjoys a pleasant day of sunshine and moderate economic growth"? Probably never, right? Because such headlines don't grab attention or generate clicks. Because that's boring. Conflict, controversy, and outrage. Those are the things that sell newspapers and get those clicks. The media thrives on drama, and as consumers we are often drawn to the most sensational stories. And guess what? Countries, just like people, can get caught in the crosshairs of this sensationalized storytelling. A single event can overshadow years of positive developments and cultural richness. One minute, a nation is known for its beautiful beaches and delicious cuisine. The next, it's all over the news for some political scandal or natural disaster. The narrative can shift in an instant, and the impact on public perception can be profound. The next, it's all over the news for some political scandal or natural disaster. These stories, while important, often overshadow the everyday realities and achievements of the people living there. Now, I'm not saying that the media is inherently evil, or that every journalist is out to get someone. Most journalists are dedicated professionals who strive to report the truth, but the structure of the media industry can sometimes lead to a skewed portrayal of events. But we do need to be critical consumers of information and recognize that the way a story is framed, the language that's used, and the images that are chosen can all influence our perceptions of a place and its people. It's important to seek out multiple sources and perspectives to get a fuller picture. So, the next time you're bombarded with headlines about a particular country, take a moment to consider the broader context. What might be missing from the story? What other factors could be at play? Take a step back and ask yourself, am I getting the whole story here? Are there voices and perspectives that are not being represented? Are there other perspectives I'm not seeing? It's crucial to remember that no single story can capture the full complexity of a situation or a place, because more often than not, there's a lot more to the story than what makes it onto the front page. By being mindful of this, we can become more informed and empathetic global citizens. Chapter 4. Culture Clash. When values collide on the global stage. Okay, let's talk about culture, baby. That beautiful, messy tapestry of traditions, beliefs, and social norms that make us who we are. It's the rhythm of our lives, the invisible thread that connects us to our ancestors and shapes our future. Culture is what gives a place its flavor, its personality, its je ne sais quoi. It's the reason why a street in Tokyo feels different from one in Paris, or why a meal in Mexico City tastes different from one in Bangkok. But it can also be a source of misunderstanding, frustration, and yes, even dislike. When we encounter a culture vastly different from our own, it can be jarring, even unsettling. Think about it. What one culture considers polite, another might find offensive. A simple gesture, a way of greeting, or even the way we eat can be interpreted in so many different ways. What one society values above all else, another might view as completely irrelevant. These differences can lead to clashes, especially in our increasingly interconnected world. And when these cultural differences collide, things can get a little, shall we say, awkward. Misunderstandings can arise, and sometimes these can escalate into bigger conflicts. Now, I'm not saying that we should all abandon our cultural identities and strive for some bland, homogeneous global culture. That would be a loss for everyone. Diversity is what makes the world so darn interesting. It's the spice of life, the reason why travel is so enriching and why learning about other cultures can be so rewarding. But I am saying that we need to approach cultural differences with sensitivity, curiosity, and a healthy dose of humility. It's about recognizing that our way isn't the only way. Instead of judging a culture based on our own limited perspectives, let's try to understand the why behind the what. Let's dig deeper and seek to understand the context. Why do they do things that way? What are the stories, the histories, the beliefs that shape their customs? What are the historical, social, or religious reasons for their customs? Understanding these can bridge gaps and foster mutual respect. The more we learn about other cultures, the more we realize that our differences are often far less significant than our shared humanity. We all laugh, we all cry, we all seek connection and understanding. So, the next time you encounter a cultural practice that seems strange or even downright bizarre, resist the urge to judge. Instead, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead, ask questions, listen with an open mind, and embrace the opportunity to expand your horizons. You might find that what seems strange at first is actually quite fascinating. You might just be surprised by what you learn. In the end, it's our shared experiences and mutual respect that make the world a richer, more vibrant place for everyone. Chapter 5. Your turn to explore. What global grumbles intrigue you? Alright, fellow travelers, it's time to put on your thinking caps and get those fingers typing. We've covered a lot of ground today, but this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to understanding global perceptions. Now, I want to hear from you. What are some countries that you've always been curious about, but maybe their reputation precedes them? What are some global grumbles you've heard that you'd like to unpack and explore further? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Who knows, maybe your question will inspire a future episode of InformedTouristA.I. Chapter 6, Journey On. Subscribe for more informed adventures. Thanks for watching InformedTouristA.I. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It's free and helps support the channel. Chapter 7, Join the expedition. Become an informed tourist today. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And be sure to join the Informed Tourist AI community on Insert social media platform for even more travel insights, discussions, and maybe even a few travel memes to brighten your day. Chapter 8. Now check out one of these videos if you want to learn more as an informed tourist. Chapter 9. Remember that shocking secret I promised you at the beginning of the video? Well, here it is. The way we perceive other countries often says more about us than it does about them. Our biases, our experiences, our cultural lenses, they all color our judgments, sometimes without us even realizing it. So the next time you find yourself forming an opinion about a country, take a moment to examine your own perspective. You might be surprised by what you discover. Chapter 10. And that's a wrap on today's adventure in global perceptions. Remember folks, the world is a vast and endlessly fascinating place, full of diverse cultures, rich histories, and yes, even a few global grumbles along the way. But by approaching these differences with curiosity, empathy, and a willingness to challenge our own assumptions, we can foster a greater understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those passports handy. The world is waiting to be discovered, one informed adventure at a time. Until next time, happy travels. Thanks for watching Informed Tourist AI. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It's free and helps support the channel. Now check out one of these videos if you want to learn more as an informed tourist.